We live in an era of, well, wireless everything. But if you actually want to install a zero-latency smartboard in a modern conference room, you're still basically physically tethered to this, like, 15-foot limit.
Yeah, standard USB cables just cannot cheat physics.
Right. And that is exactly why we're doing this. Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a product specification sheet from HDTV Supply for a device. It's called the Kramer WP-2UT kit.
Quite a name.
Yeah, seriously. But our mission for you today is to translate this really dense wall of tech specs into a clear picture of how this exact device essentially breaks that physical leash in modern smart rooms.
Because the underlying issue here is really just signal degradation. I mean, standard USB is essentially a sprinter.
A sprinter. Okay, how's it?
Well, it's incredibly fast, right? But the electrical timing just gets completely out of sync over long wires, so it exhausts its signal strength after just a few meters.
Right, which is like having a very short leash on a dog. You know, you can only wander so far before getting yanked back.
Exactly. So to get those marathon distances, this Kramer kit acts like a relay system. Instead of trying to push a raw USB signal further, the wall plate transmitter, the WP-2UT, it actually repackages those USB data packets.
Into a network-friendly format, right?
Yeah, it uses CAT cables. So the exact same ones used for standard Ethernet, which already have built-in error correction to survive the journey.
And that journey is, honestly, it's substantial.
It really is.
Because by running those packets over shielded Unicat cables, which are, specifically designed with internal foil to block electromagnetic interference, it pushes data up to 100 meters.
That's 330 feet.
Yeah, 330 feet. And even on standard Cat5e cables, it still reaches 30 meters, or about 100 feet. The receiver on the other end, the PT2UR, then unpacks that network data back into a standard USB signal.
Right. But, okay, let's unpack this a bit, because getting a signal 330 feet away is really only half the battle.
Yeah, because a remote smartboard, or a camera, still needs power to actually function.
Exactly. Now, power over Ethernet is a pretty standard concept for basic networking. But pushing enough wattage to actively charge USB devices over 300 feet, well, that usually introduces massive heat or just awful signal interference.
So how does this kit manage that thermal load over a single cable? I mean, that sounds physically impossible.
It uses a highly controlled two-way powering system over a single twisted pair cable. So it keeps the signal and the power wiring really tightly synchronized to minimize that interference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and what makes the setup so resilient is its adaptability based on where you actually have available outlets.
Right, because if you power the receiver locally, like at the wall, it provides fast USB charging, up to, I think, 2.5 amps total to your connected devices.
Exactly. But if you want to keep the remote room entirely clean, without localized wall plugs everywhere for the tech, you can just push power from the transmitter side.
So it just sends the electricity all the way down that CAC cable to deliver a standard 0.5 amp charge.
Yep. That completely eliminates the need for those bulky local power supplies at the user's end.
Okay, so we've solved the physical distance and the power distribution. But a complex smart room isn't just about turning a screen on and streaming a video feed.
No, it's about active, responsive control.
Right. So how does the host machine actually tell that remote screen what to do?
That is where the bidirectional RS-232 feature comes in.
Okay, RS-232, that's the serial communication standard, right?
Yeah, it lets a remote server send hard commands like switch inputs or pan the camera directly to the hardware rather than just streaming data to it.
Oh, I see.
And because the data flows both ways at speeds up to 480 megabits per second, you get total device control with essentially zero latency.
So putting this all together at a current price of $572, this kit does significantly more than just act as a really expensive extension cord.
Oh, way more.
Yeah, it allows architects and IT teams to build entirely dumb rooms. All the expensive, noisy, heat-generating processing hardware can be centralized in a single secure server room miles away.
While the user just experiences a seamless, perfectly quiet interface, it fundamentally removes the physical barriers of room design.
The technology basically just becomes invisible infrastructure. It adapts to the space rather than dictating it.
Perfectly said.
So we want to leave you with this thought. If our interfaces can now instantly communicate, be fully controlled, and draw power from a host machine hundreds of feet away, how might this completely redefine our concept of a workspace or even a smart home in the future?
Yeah, if the physical leash of our hardware is finally gone, where are you going to wander next?